Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am very excited because BH Cosmetics came out with 2 new palettes to add to their Weekend Vibes collection. If you aren't familiar with that collection, I did do a review on that a couple months ago on my channel. I'll put it in a card up here. Here are the 2 new palettes that were added to the collection. We have a Blueberry Muffin Eyeshadow Palette and we have a Frose Highlighter Palette. So the Blueberry Muffin Palette retails for $18. This is a 16 color eyeshadow palette. It is very unique. The shades in here are absolutely beautiful. They didn't just give us a monochromatic blue palette. This was just not a palette I was expecting. This is such a unique addition to my collection. It's one of those palettes where I have to sit and actually think about what kind of look I'm going to create, and I like palettes that do that. If they don't do that, then they're boring, and I like a challenge. I like something that I really have to like, okay, what's gonna go with like these colors? It's easy to just gravitate to a monochromatic blue look, but I did like, I don't know, the fact that they added browns with blues, I just never would have thought to put blue and brown together. That's just not a combo that I personally would have chosen, but it just made me want to step out of my comfort zone. I already did a look with this palette, which we'll get into that in a second, but you'll see that it was not the best at first. Like, this is definitely not my favorite look, but the shades, I'm not upset about it because the shades and the formula in this palette is just so good, and I'm excited to play with it some more. We have the Frose Highlighter Palette. This retails for $18, and this is not your typical highlighter palette. This is another palette that I feel like, okay, honey, we're adding something to our collections. It's not just a regular palette that you can definitely skip. Trust me, you'll see exactly what I mean when I say that, but just look at it. Like, it looks like it's not a usable palette for a bunch of different skin tones, but that's not the truth. This is inclusive, honey. If you want to see my review and my first impressions on both of these palettes, then keep on watching. This palette looks extremely cute. I think this one's my favorite packaging out of the whole entire collection as a whole. And these shades, I cannot get over how stunning these shades are. There's so many ways I can go. I never really would think to pair brown and blue together. That's just not a combo I would personally choose. Let's do it. So I'm going to take the shade Decadent, which is this brown right here, and I'm going to put this in the crease. This is like a nice, gorgeous, chocolatey brown. Very pigmented and gorgeous. I love a nice deep chocolate brown. Those are the kind of browns that I just fall in love with. So I'm just packing this shade onto my into my crease, and I'm not really worrying about blending right now. I just want to get the color in the crease. I think I want to blend it out with this shade right here. It's this blue and it's called So Good. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is not a combo I would normally ever choose. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I feel about these 2 colors together. I don't know how I feel about this. This does not look like something I would normally put together, but hopefully we'll see where this look takes me. My only fear with this kind of palette is that the shades would end up looking muddy if I didn't decide to do a monochromatic blue look, because I feel like that's such an easy thing to gravitate to in this palette, but they give you all of these other shades in here so you don't just stick to a monochromatic blue look. Now I feel like we're kind of getting somewhere. It still looks a little weird, so I think I'm gonna blend it out with this blue right here, which is the shade Delish. Oh, that's pretty. It's like a pretty baby sky blue kind of color. It is kind of getting a little bit muddy, so I'm trying to just use as many colors as possible, but yeah, I don't really know. Definitely not my favorite look so far, but I'm just hoping that it'll still come together. I'll tell you one thing, that blue is so pigmented. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cut my crease with my P. Louise base and the shade Bangin' Blue. Oh, already the look looks so much better. Definitely already looks better. So, I don't know what shade. I think I'm just going to take the shade Tempting right here and put this on the lid. I think this blue is what this look was missing, because without it, I just was not feeling it. I really like the shade Sugared, which is this really icy blue right here. For lower lash, I'm just going to go back into the shade So Good. Before I put that shade on the lower lash, I'm going to go in with my cream gel liner. This is in the shade Showdown. Let's dip into this Frose palette. Should we pair pink with this? Because I think that would be really pretty. Let's try this shade right here, Slushy, just to see how this would look with this look. It's really beautiful. Okay, this is such a beautiful highlight. Oh my god. And it doesn't really look pink on my skin, which is really nice. It like literally sinks into my skin. There's no white cast, and I love that in a highlighter. This is gorgeous. Let's try the shade Boozy. Let's just go down one on this side. Let's see how boozy it is. Okay, Boozy shows a lot more pink on me, and I actually really love this. Some people could use this as a blush topper, but me, no honey. I would use this as a highlight. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I could totally use these as everyday highlighters. These are stunning. Okay, I'm afraid to keep going down one. So I've used Slushy, I've used Boozy. Let's try Puree, which is this one right here on the nose. Let's see how this one looks. This one also has like a pinkish kind of undertone to it. But this one's more like holographic pink, as opposed to this one is like a light baby pink, but it's like an icy baby pink. This one is like, I'm pink and I'm holographic. I don't know if you guys could see on camera. It's a really pretty nose highlight. That would be really gorgeous for a monochromatic look. Let me swatch Puree again, because it's actually a duochrome. Now that I'm like looking at it, it's a duochrome shade. So I don't know if it's picking up, but it kind of goes like pink, then it goes kind of gold in the light. That's a gorgeous duochrome highlighter. Oh my god. I don't have anything like this in my collection, so I'm very impressed, especially how this looks on the skin. I'm loving how this highlighter looks. Most of the time I can't bring a highlighter down this far, but this looks really good brought down far. Let's try out the shade Cheers. This is like that grayish highlighter or silver. I don't really know, but maybe we could try it up here. Just go full-fledged highlighter today. Let me put this on the high points. Okay, so this shade is pretty glittery. I don't want to overdo it. There you go. It leaves a nice pretty little glow. I have two more highlighters. Let's try out Bubbly. I feel like this will be really good to highlight the brow bone. Whoa, wait. Bubbly is a purple. Oh my god, it's a purple highlighter. Wait, is this the palette? Is this the highlighter palette of my dreams? I have been so into color highlighter. Like, what? Okay, I didn't really see this in the swatches, but Bubbly is a purple highlighter. So this one's Bubbly right here. That one, amazing. I have it on the brow bone. Very gorgeous. One more, which is Icy, and let's see what this is. Icy. Yeah, okay, so Icy might be the only shade that's like, what can I do with you? I think that'll be a really inner corner highlight, but I already have inner corner highlighter on. So, wow. I really didn't, from the looks of this, I did not think I could really use this palette. That's crazy. I did not think that I could use this palette because it looks so light, but looks can be very deceiving. I think this is a good palette for every skin tone. I think that's what I really love about colored highlighters, because a lot of different skin tones can get away with them. I can use every single shade in this palette, so I'm very happy about that. Unlike the Belgian Waffle palette in the Weekend Vibes collection, this is a bronzer and highlighter palette. The top 3 shades are bronzers, the bottom 3 are highlighters. I can use these highlighters, which is fine, but these bronzer shades, I cannot do anything with this. But my fear was that this palette, this Frose palette, was going to be the same way, and it's not. This has to be my favorite palette. No, but that's hard. Ooh, I don't know if I should say that, because the Bellini blush palette was my favorite in the first release of the collection, because it's a bunch of peachy blushes, and who doesn't love peach blushes? I love them, and I religiously pulled from this palette throughout the entire summertime. But like now I have this, and I'm like, wow, this might be my new favorite highlighter palette, because these shades are beautiful. I am definitely going to use this every day. I like the look that I created with the Blueberry Muffin palette at the end of the day. Is it my favorite look? No. But do I think this palette is very unique and beautiful for what it is? Absolutely. Do I think both of these palettes are worth $18? Absolutely. I just did not like the look that I created with this palette, but the formula is so good. I don't know what it is with BH and the formula in the 18 pan palettes, but it's good. It's creamy. It's blendable. The swatches that I show are one swipe swatches. I didn't have to build up anything, so that says a lot about this palette. That blue shade all over the lid though, stunning. I really enjoyed these two. I think that the Bellini Blueberry Frose and the Avocado Toast are my favorites from this entire Weekend Vibes line. If this is your first time hearing about this or seeing these palettes and you had to pick up one face palette and one eyeshadow palette, I would say for eyeshadow palette, out of the Blueberry and the Avocado, I would pick the Avocado Toast, just because I feel like green is a little bit more of a wearable shade. So if it's going to be your first palette, I do think that you should try out the Avocado Toast. If you want to get 2 eyeshadow palettes, then definitely get both of these. The Mimosa one, I enjoyed. It's a bunch of pink shades, but you know, if you like pink, definitely pick this up. This one is good as well, but I think for uniqueness with the eyeshadows, I think the Blueberry is the most unique, but Blueberry and Avocado Toast are just, they add a little something extra to my collection, you know? If you were to pick up one face palette out of these 3, don't pick this one up, because it's not the most versatile. Look at like, So I would say get both of these because they're both different. This is a blush palette, this is a highlighter palette. I would get both of these. These two are really good. Yeah, like I am very impressed. I'm very impressed with this line. I said it in my first review on this collection when it first came out. I hope that they continue to add more to this breakfast line, because they do. I know a lot of people don't like food themed palettes and food themed collections, but I think that BH Cosmetics did this one so well where everyone can use it. It's not childish, if that makes sense. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.